Hey guys, Mrreeeee here. One of my recent videos, people were like, show us your dev. I was gonna say Evoker in keys. So I'm just in a 9 Darkflame Cleft. We're gonna send it. Hopefully, it's a bit of a lower key, but I'm just gonna show you how Darkflame Cleft works, and also how to play it as an Evoker. Let's send it. Right. I'm assuming I'm gonna rip tons of threat here, but generally the first pull here in Darkflame is based around pulling the mobs we can see just in front of us now or into the next room. Uh, Usually I'll hold my cooldowns for that. I'm assuming this tank's just gonna pull this room and not the next. The next one can be a bit of spicy. And for us, it's really working out when we want to pop cooldowns. It's super forward to get your living flame on your target to maximize your engulf. Once that has happened, tip the scales, double engulf, bit of fly here, then you'd spam pyro, but everything's pretty much dead here. So we'll just beam it through. We won't need to pyro anymore on that. Cool. Here these bolts are kind of annoying. Here in this downtime, it's like I like to maximize that breath if I have an engulf. Firestorm off cooldown. And then it's just pyro. I like to also weave in it. I want to weave in a living flame also. And that's to make sure you get the proc chance from a free firestorm. Otherwise, it's just click red buttons. Pyre when you can't pyre. Do living flame. When you can't firestorm comes with cooldown, I press it. I pyre. When I can't pyre, a living flame. Breaths up, max breath into an engulf. And then more pyres. Quite AoE cooldowns here. You kind of want to shift between. I'll use the mechanics in a while down here. I'll try and mix between your 3 defensives. So one defensive you want to use is your big Zephyr, if you can, on those big AoE pulls. The other one there is to use using things like your tip the scales. Could be another one to use. So I'll pop that there for that damage. So we can get this in. Super chill. Darkflames are pretty simple. I think early on you'll see people will probably skip all these mobs in higher keys. You can do some lot of stealth skips around here. There's also been some recent videos where the actual minecart at the start does damage to these mobs. So here I'm gonna hold my engulf because I have my Dragon Rage coming up. So I want to definitely have my double engulf for that. I've got a weak aura that's telling me that. We'll just do our Darkflame because by the time this pack dies, I'll probably just have my Dragon Rage coming up. There's also here those throw rocks. So if anyone's out of range, those mobs do throw rock. So it's actually super important that you stack up as much as you can on these mobs. And that's why they're kind of at high keys become so annoying that they remove these packs for that reason. Death Knights is super good, of course, because they can grip in, which is super important. Easy. Boss time. Okay. Pretty easy fight here.
Card incoming.
Still, you probably can do single target. It wouldn't do if you were beaming more. You wouldn't have that much more damage. Sometimes I'll beam on this on the cart if I need. If we're not, otherwise I'll pyre most of this fight. These ads can still become quite annoying if people aren't doing clearing them with the mechanics of the charge correctly.
Card incoming. Swap.
You would just be in single target changing your pyro consumption into
Assigning
disintegrate.
fixate.
So we'll just shoot this with the disintegrate to get it down. People are helping me, which is good. Easy done.
Charge.
You always want to make sure if you're going to Living Flame. I just trolled us a bit there, but you're gonna engulf a target. Sorry, you want to have Living Flame on it. Like super important here. I mean, Dragon Rage is up, but I feel like we want it definitely for the next pack.
Card incoming.
Probably would send
Assigning
it here,
fixate.
a high key, but we're smashing it.
Swap.
Card's gonna come out. Probably have enough damage to just delete this guy.
Charge.
Maybe not. DPS. Rip us.
Card incoming.
Heroes from the DK. Unlucky.
Assigning fixate.
Even on 9, this does so much damage, it's crazy. Oh, no B-res? Yeah, soft takes it home, dude. No bros? Look, we could have Dragon Rage there. Really good for the weak auras here, like making sure. You're tracking Blessing of Bronze with the ads come down because we went down this way, it's funny. Just hold our cooldowns for the next pull. Pyro. Darkflame is probably one of the easiest dungeons to time. They did nerf the time recently, which made it kind of difficult. I think if you wipe, it actually like that wipe there would have wrecked the time. Any wipe, I think, really in these keys now kind of make it punishing, especially with the 15-second death timer. These pulls here are pretty limited just because of the Wandering Counter doesn't AoE burst, but you can line of sign it. So a lot of people, I might be able to show it here in one of these pulls. Oh, come on. Surely more, bro. Oh. Oh. God, please give me more, man. I'll try. So that quenching blast, target that dying so quick, and he's kind of tanking in a weird position. But that quenching blast, you can actually line up. Gonna die. So if that was going off, you could just hide behind Tia and avoid the damage. So people are multi-pulling that and using that to be able to pull a lot. This pull here is interesting because a lot of people stuff it up. Of course, like you want to pull them all together, but in high keys they last a long time. And I see a lot of people doing a stun and they cast together, but then they don't have the silences to manage it. And then the casts become too much. Knock back here. So you need to be careful, but you know, having a DK, a Boomkin can be super important to maximize this pull. But in high keys, I'd be like they're either separating it or you have people in comms layering your cooldowns effectively, because that will definitely like wipe your group. You see the rotation of dev is quite easy, like especially in this build. Your goal really is just remember that
defensive.
You want to have Living Flame on when you engulf. So you have the 3, maximum the 3 buffs you can get. You want to always light as many candles as you want, but when you clear the candles, you only actually want to clear 1, which is super important, because that will do is be very reduced dot, and then make it easy to top. So this here, this bit here, we'll see how many So here, 2 people. We had actually a lot of people clear. In higher keys, you actually won't do that. You'll have only the healers in charge of it, and then everybody else will just choose not to clear them. And so here we cleared 2. So now what's going to happen is we get a bigger dot because 2 were cleared, so it ignites 2. And then it forces the healer to heal a lot more, a 2 buff stack before the big dowsing breath, because this is your main killer of the key.
8 candles.
So to ease it on your healer, you actually just put out 1 candle. And then it's just rinse and repeat. So now we just light up some candles. Light them up. Easy. This again, I usually as DPS, I won't clear it. Like some people, like Soft or the Mage understands that too. Oh cool, we had 1 cleared this time. Perfect. It's interesting, this ball collection. Alright, so it's only a 1. It's much easier to heal.
Defensive.
I might Zephyr this. Like, probably wouldn't Zephyr with a
8 candles.
dish shield, but we'll just do it anyway. Alright, clearing, we'll just kill him. We have a much easier fight once, like, the fight's much more, like, scripted compared to others. This ball here, some people choose to pull back in high keys, so they group up nice and easy for you. And it's hard here, like, you kind of don't want to pop your cooldowns as an evoker because the next pull is, unless you're skipping the next pull, even then you're going to go straight to the boss, so you kind of don't want to use all your cooldowns here. I know it's fun to pad, but you kind of need them definitely for the next pack with the 2 mini bosses. So there's a few things on this next mini boss. Players generally, like on the higher keys, are using life grips and actually skipping up the stairs on the right
Targeted.
here. Oh, cool. I've got this. I might be able to dodge it for you to show you the dodge. You move at the last second, you can dodge the grip. Use some cooldowns for the pack dies and we don't get a pad at all. There we go. Mage is taking that. Yeah, so 2 things there. If you've got a movement ability, at the end of his cast, you can dodge it, which is super cool. All together, though, in high keys with a Vengeance Demon Hunter, they mind-suit the pack, and then the Vengeance can jump up on the side here and skip past. Evoker can then grip someone, for example. Life grip, once they get up there.
Rental.
So there's a lot of skips you can see. And then wild charge with
Defensive.
the druid. So this is practically script because in high keys, like, this is a lot of time loss. Like any of these mini bosses, you want to kind of save the time loss. Your key. This boss can get pretty out of hand. We're gonna just have lust up. It's good if you can tank to one side. It will like minimize the spread of the statues, which is really cool. Like some of us are trying to do that, but we're probably going to spread out statues right now. Okay, so ideally you want to clear the statue with your throw as easy as you can. Like I wouldn't go for the group one here that this guy's doing. That's troll. I would have gone for one that's not grouped
Clear
up.
Statue. Stack soon.
Also, oh my god, look at the clip there. There's also stuff people are talking about too. Now you see that sometimes statues stack up quite grouped up together. So hopefully Soft here goes for a run here and gets the far one. She doesn't. She's trolling.
Stack soon.
But yeah, it's not guaranteed. So Cozy also hasn't seen the one at the back, which is annoying. Which is unfortunate. So just have to heal more. Unlucky for this. Sometimes they'll be stacked as 3, and people say that even though you're standing in all 3, it actually doesn't register. Oh my god, just got A
Stack
heal is
soon.
down, and we missed a kick.
Clear statue.
This is so bad. This is what dreams are made of. I'm gonna try and help. Yeah. This is not the juice here. This is what happens playing with pugs, guys. Not much happens there. I mean, this is quickly out of control.
Stack soon.
I don't know who the yeah, and then no one kicked. Getting trolled here. We should see about time this key, but yeah. So a few things here. Statues always get clear. The far one stays stacked. And yeah, never try and clear 3 with just one circle. You should always double check because there's instances where it won't clear all 3 statues. So super important that if there's a stack of 3, you're double clearing. All right.
Stack soon.
Same thing here. I don't have my, unfortunately, my Dragon Breath. Oh, I ripped a bit of thread there with my Engulf. It's a lot of burst damage.
Hit statue.
Alright, we're gonna show them how it's done. We go for the far one every time. Gotta make this movement.
Clear statue.
So here, like I would help
Stack
this
soon.
double stack to definitely clear it. You wouldn't risk not doing that. Like I said, there's a chance that actually they don't clear properly and it has wiped, like becomes then out of control. You missing a clear makes it so hard. I mean, you probably could have gone for this one. I'm trying to go for one here. Like, we're going to have to use a personal here.
Stack soon.
Hopefully someone goes into the goo here. There's 2 in the goo. Again, this group isn't really stacked clean. The rotation for you is pretty simple as in Dev 2. If you're watching, like, all I'm doing is building up to my Disintegrates. On single target, I'll use my Shattering Star more. But it's all about just getting as many Disintegrates as
Clear
you can.
statue. Stack soon.
I'll also just get just 1 stack of my Fire Breath. I won't max it out unless I know we're not going to get the full duration. And then just Engulf off cooldown. Leaving Flame when it procs.
Clear statue. Stack soon.
Cooldowns wise, like these, again for your cooldowns, you never want to be, you kind of want to maximize your renewing. So my 3rd cooldown, renewing Blaze. For like that dot damage, it's really good here. It also heals another
Clear
person.
statue.
Wow, I thought we didn't get
Stack
that.
soon.
To try to avoid renewing and popping your scales, find that the higher key goes, it's a lot of the time, it's how you can survive as an Evoker. Another big one's your rescue buff is so powerful, that Hell Shield. So min-maxing and using that and being aggressive with that is super important. I found that helped me get into higher keys. Alright, the darkness. I always love to pad here. Quick pad. Easy. 10 mil. Done. Look at that. Probably not optimal. But you gotta look good on the meters, you know what I mean? Like, this stuff here, like, there's a lot of it. So in the darkness, you like deal less damage and you take, I think it's just you deal less damage. What is it? Damage and healing's reduced, right? But if you actually hold a candle, you can actually, it doesn't affect you. So tanks and high level tanks here will maybe pick up a candle, like Avengers Demon Hunter. What they'll do is they'll run ahead and collect adds so you get a bigger pool by maintaining their candle. So once they have their candle, like you can still now do stuff while holding the candle. You don't need to be inside, right? So that candle then allows players and tanks to mass pull and run around and come back to the cart to really optimize this route. It gets harder with certain classes, of course, you know, with the lack of mobility, but of course Vengeance with a double leap, they use that to be able to self-sustain themselves, bring a big pull in, and then you're not stuck doing this like slow cart killing and saving a lot of time. So important if you're a tank to look for that, upskill yourself. See, like for here, we're slowing down a lot when you can really do this in like a couple of good pulls. So I guess learning that in your team. Here it's important to get that breath out. Try and get at least, there we go, we got a living out before we engulfed. That pyro debuff. And that's actually super important. So the pyro adds a debuff. Because when you Dragon Rage, you throw out 3 pyros. So if you don't have Dragon Rage up and you're looking for that engulf, you need to make sure that you also have pyro applied onto all the dragon units before you get that engulf on that large pack. Like super important. Light that candle up. Still 9 minutes on the time. Got a few big wipes. The only time I'll have Tenity Surge as an Evoker is single target, or if I really don't have any essence to Pyra, so I'll use Shattering to Pyra, and I really didn't, then I'll throw in an Eternity Surge. But 100% in this build, you're always trying to the Flame Shaper throw out. If anybody has a tech on this, people get to like 20 stacks, and I feel like I can get to like 12. So I think it's because my mouse bind is what throws my dynamite. And that's why, but... See, I did 16, Dis did 18, and Samui did 18. The Mage did 4. What? Dude, that's like time save right there. It can be throwing 4, man. What? Okay. Not much happens here. You know, you're probably going to pop cooldowns here. You really actually be super important, like pulling threat. Happens like we're in a low key now. My damage is like much higher, but it happens a lot actually in high keys. You really need to wait for your tank to like generate before you pop your cooldowns, because you would definitely pull threat if you greed it. All right, easy. All right, pretty easy fight for us. Things you need to remember here is just like your tank should move the candle. Every time you get the Shadow Blast, you should go get a candle, because then you can still get healed while out of the ring, and you also won't get the increased damage taken. So more chance to survive. Tank will move it. Dis kind of BMing the group.
Ads.
It's probably super important. I say if you're the one that gets sent out of the group,
Defensive.
you need to get the candle, which didn't happen there with Dis. Looks like we also didn't get a candle, which is, again, I don't know why this is happening. No one's doing the mechanic, which is crazy. So here's people that need to... The tank will move it. If you get the debuff, you just go out and get a candle and bring it back, because you want to have the reduced damage from having the candle. Okay? If that damage goes off and you're non-light, you're going to take crazy damage. Then as an Evoker or as a range class, before every AoE, so Dis here should go out this time and hopefully get us a candle. And he'll take reduced damage once he picks it up. And he'll come back in. Good. Thank the Lord. Here, you know, ads are coming, but you're still just going to single target most of this. Now, when the AoE comes out, I like to go get the candle, so we're gonna go get it.
Defensive.
And as the defensive like first tick goes off, I try to be in and bring it in. And I would be, if you're a range or like an evoker class, you should be doing that because that will wipe your group straight away. That's the only way he's gonna wipe in this key is somebody's not prepared for that. So I would say just as a player, you just, if you know people are doing it, great. But if you notice people aren't, that's like a top priority for you to like focus on.
X.
I don't even know how long Lost was up then, but over to close here. So we know frontal's coming out in 4. Good. Went and got a candle. Perfect. That's been Darkflame Cleft. That's me on my Evoker. I did 2.7 overall. Wasn't too bad. Yeah, and hopefully it helps you if you're thinking about doing this key. It's a pretty easy key. Simple pulls. Oh, I forgot to say it's a min-maxy thing as well. I might have already said, but at the start of the key, you can actually do the crate to do damage into the ads. So a few keys lately have been pulling some of these ads, the smaller ones, to the boss room and lusting, and therefore when the train comes through, it actually damages them. So some min-max stuff there, but hopefully that helps you in your next Darkflame Cleft. I'm Mrreeeee, and thanks for watching.